house you live in is about to witness something very powerful. God sends me to tell you to prepare because He is visiting the lives of 3 people within your home. You are one of them, and the other 2 are someone very close to you, your partner and your child, or someone who represents that bond in your life. There is something happening in your home that only God knows, but He has revealed to me that He will perform 2 great works in this place. First, He will break a dark bond that has been bringing disorder, disunity, and disputes. Those fights and confusions that seemed endless are being cast out right now, because God is acting with power to restore peace in your home. Second, He will open doors and windows in heaven to pour out a financial blessing on one of these 3 people. This week, a resource will arrive that will change things in your house, bringing relief and abundance. Prepare yourself because times of great blessings are coming. Write your name in the comments and declare with faith, St. Michael is my guide. Save this video, share it with 2 people, and click the plus sign to seal this word in your life, so that God may bless your home and fulfill all these promises. Furthermore, I want you to know that God is sending angels to your home to protect every corner of your life and of those you love. They are working to remove any negative influence that has tried to enter your house. The problems that once seemed impossible to solve are being transformed into new opportunities, and what once worried you will become a reason for gratitude. But be careful, because your enemies left something in your house. This object is not something common or simple. It is something that seems to have been in your home for quite some time, and although you see it every day, it no longer has the same light it should. It could be a gift from someone with whom you had conflicts, a piece of clothing that belonged to someone who hurt you, an old ornament that carried too many arguments, or even a photograph that, instead of bringing good memories, awakens pain, nostalgia, and resentment. That object is like an invisible magnet that feeds on emotions that were once negative, and without you realizing it, blocks the entry of new blessings. Every time you pass through that room, your spirit feels it. Your heart becomes restless, and the atmosphere grows heavier. Do not ignore it, because the discomfort you feel is a sign from God. He is showing you that this object has completed its cycle, and now it is time to let it go. When you find it, do not keep it or hide it somewhere else, because that will only transfer the energy. The right thing to do is to remove it from your home. Yes, I mean it. Place it in a black bag and say goodbye to it with a simple prayer. In the name of God, I release this burden from my house and from my life. Then take it outside, discard it far away, or give it back to the earth with the intention of closing that cycle. If it is something larger or difficult to move, like a piece of furniture or a painting, cover it with a white cloth and pray with faith, asking God to neutralize its energy before removing it. This act is not superstition. It is spiritual obedience. Once you take it out, open the windows of that room and allow fresh air to enter. Let the sunlight cleanse the space, and let the angels already sent to your home fill it with peace. As you do this, repeat, I declare that this place is now a space of blessing. You will feel immediate relief, as if an invisible weight has been lifted. That will be the confirmation that you did it right. And listen to this carefully. Right after you free your house from that object, you will see sudden changes. Problems that seemed stuck will begin to resolve. Arguments will calm down. And above all, you will feel a lightness in your mind and heart. The void left in the room is not a loss. It is space for new opportunities, new connections, and blessings that God wants to give you. Therefore, before claiming the promises of abundance and protection that are already decreed for you and yours, it is necessary to take this step. It is like opening the door for divine grace to flow without obstacles. Comment right now, I free my house and allow God to work, because your declaration has power. This is the beginning of a new time for you and your family. Your home will be recognized as a place of peace, unity, and prosperity, because heaven itself has marked it as holy ground for blessing. 2 enemies brought this witchcraft. These 2 women did not appear in your life by chance. They came in the guise of friendship, but from the beginning, their hearts were full of jealousy and resentment. Although they smile in front of you, inside they are boiling with envy. They cannot bear to see your light, your growth, and the blessings that have been poured out upon you. They do not sleep peacefully, because while you rest in peace, they are consumed by dark thoughts and empty rituals that can never touch what God has already protected. One of them carries a stronger hatred, which comes from envy for what you represent within your family. This woman is desperate because she fears losing an inheritance or a material asset that she believes belongs to her. And in her heart, She cannot stand the idea of you being the chosen one to receive prosperity. The other, although she seems calmer, also acts with malice because she feels she has always been in your shadow. They feed off each other, speak ill of you, watch you closely, study your every move, and wait for the moment to see you fall. But listen well, God will not allow their plans to succeed. Even if they try to send heavy energies your way, even if they perform rituals at dawn, calling upon dark forces, heaven has already decreed that everything they send to you will be returned to them multiplied. There is no pact or evil that can tear down what is held by the hand of God. It is true that they tried to damage your vehicle, that they wanted to create a path of accident or misfortune, but the angels are already covering your steps, and everything you drive is under divine protection. What hurts these two women the most is that despite their attacks, you continue to stand stronger and brighter than before. And they cannot extinguish that brightness because it does not come from material things. It comes from your spirit, your faith, and the purpose you carry within. The hatred they feel is so great that they have even forgotten the times you supported them, the advice you gave them, and the hand you extended when they needed it. Now they only see you as an obstacle, someone who reminds them of what they can never achieve. They want to trap you with sweet words, with fake gifts or favors, but do not fall into that trap. Do not receive anything from them, not even food, because there are hidden intentions behind it. Keep your guard up and trust that heaven is already bringing justice. One of these women will soon face the consequences of her actions, and the other will be exposed, unmasked, in front of everyone. Write in the comments with faith, "I fight for my blessing, and nothing and no one can take it from me." That declaration opens a spiritual shield around you. What is coming for your life is too great. That is why they want to stop it. But remember, what is yours already has your name written in the divine book, and they will never be able to snatch it away. The woman about whom you are receiving this revelation today is not just anyone. She is someone who carries your blood, or is part of your in-laws, which makes her even more dangerous because she has known how to get close, how to feign affection, and how to pretend to be near in order to attack from within. Do not forget, the strongest enemy is almost always the one hiding in the closest shadow. She watches you with a look full of resentment and hatred, unable to stand your growth, your progress, your light, and your ability to move forward despite everything you have been through. Every step you take torments her. Every smile of yours burns her. Because inside her heart, the only thing she holds for you is envy and malice. She is not content with just speaking ill of you or criticizing you in silence. This woman has reached the point of paying for others to perform witchcraft against you and your home. She has invoked dark forces using images of Santa Muerte and dirty rituals that seek to cut off your health, tire you physically, and put you at risk during celebratory times like Christmas. She dreams of seeing you sick, broken, weak, and without the strength to keep fighting. Her obsession is such that she has even planned to attack one of your children to hurt you where it is most sacred. God shows me that there was a time when you were very happy with someone special, but that woman poisoned that person's ears, sowed doubts, gossip, and lies to separate you and make your life more difficult. She not only talked behind your back, but also left objects charged with demonic energies hidden in your house during her visits. Things that seemed simple but were programmed to attract illness, arguments, and ruin. If you cannot sleep well at night, if you feel a strange sensation in your room or in some corner of your home, it is not your imagination. It is the trace of the evil she sowed. What hurts her most is seeing that despite all her attacks, you continue to stand, advancing spiritually and materially. You have grown stronger. You have grown in wisdom, in faith, in connection with God, and you have also received blessings that she cannot bear. That is why she tries to block your paths, close your doors, and hold back what heaven has already decreed for you. She has even sent a spirit of rebellion against one of your children to make you argue, to make you lose your calm, and to make your smile fade. But she will not succeed, because what is written for you, no one can erase. Today, decree with all your faith, "He who is for me is more powerful than he who is against me." Repeat those words every time you feel pressure or sadness. That declaration is a shield that breaks witchcraft, silences enemies, and covers you with the strength of heaven. Your smile will shine brighter than ever again. Your children will be protected, and your house will be an untouchable place for darkness. What she wanted to destroy, God will multiply in blessings. The second woman I reveal to you today is different, but no less dangerous, because her obsession is born not only of hatred but of envy, disguised as admiration. She dreams of being like you, of having your confidence, your radiance, your ability to command respect with strength, and the energy that you spread to all those around you. You are an empowered person who has learned to stand on your own 2 feet, even in the midst of storms, and that strength torments her because she knows she does not have it. Your every step hurts her. Your every achievement gnaws at her, because it reminds her that she can never reach you. She is a person who, although she seems distant, is actually closer than you think. She knows about you, knows your movements, your habits, and is even aware of what you share on your social media. She spies on you and silently tries to copy you. She wants to dress like you, act like you, speak like you, even in small details. She tries to steal your style and your essence because deep down she wants to be the shadow of your light. But this imitation is not born of sincere admiration, but of a spiritual sickness that fills her with rage. The darkest part of this woman is that her obsession has crossed a dangerous line. She doesn't just want to imitate you. She wants to take what is yours. She is focused on your partner, and although she feigns indifference or even criticizes your life, deep down, she wants to take your place. This person has sought out evil sorcerers to cast spells against your relationship. She has tried to sow discord, infidelity, or distance. Her intention is to separate you from the person you love and take what you have built with effort and love. She is also paid to have bad vibes sent your way. She wants to see you unfocused, confused, without direction, because she knows you are about to receive something very big. In the spiritual world, recognition, a title, or an important achievement is already written for you, which will open doors and elevate your name. There is also money coming that you have been waiting for a long time, a resource that will arrive at just the right moment to bring you relief and abundance. This woman knows it, she senses it, and her desperation has led her to try to block your path. But listen to me well. No one can take away what God has written for you. Even if she tries to be like you, she can never have your essence or your light, because what makes you shine is not your appearance, but your spirit connected to heaven. No spell can stop the divine plan. No envy can break what has already been sealed for your destiny. Today, write in the comments with all your faith, I accept, decree, and claim what belongs to me. That declaration breaks envy, unmasks the one who wants to imitate you, and seals the blessings that are already on their way. Prepare yourself, because what is coming for you is untouchable, and your victory will be the confirmation that what God gives can never be stolen. These 2 women were responsible for sowing darkness in your relationship and for pushing your special person away from you. But listen well, everything hidden is beginning to come to light, and the spiritual judgment is already underway. They thought that with their rituals, their envy, and their energetic attacks, they could break what God had united. But time is showing them that nothing born from evil prospers. Here I see one of them clearly, an older woman who believed she had power over your life and your relationship. This lady spent large amounts of money on witchcraft, dark rituals, and demonic things, with the intention of destroying what you had built with love. She believed that by raising her sword against you, she would see you defeated, crying, and finished. But what she did not understand is that you have never been alone, because God's angels surround you day and night, fighting invisible battles for you. This older woman, with her arrogance and authoritarian character, wanted to impose herself and eliminate your presence from your special person's life. She could not stand to see you grow, could not tolerate your strong energy and your ability to positively influence those around you. The attacks began the moment you and your special person decided to take an important step together. A project, a goal, a shared dream. From then on, the spiritual manipulation began to take effect. And little by little you noticed that your person was changing, that their treatment was not the same, that they were pulling away without reason, until they finally left with someone else, influenced by those bad energies working against them. But what this woman did not understand is that everything done in darkness has a price. Today, that lady who invested so much in your downfall is in ruins. Her life is a reflection of emptiness, because everything she sowed with hatred has been returned to her, multiplied. She has less than she had before. And although she pretended to have power, her arrogance is crumbling before the divine judgment that has already fallen upon her. You, on the other hand, although you went through moments of pain and loss, are stronger today than ever. Heaven has dressed you in protective armor. Your angels are around you, and God Himself has decreed that you will not fall. Spiritual justice is inevitable, and every tear you shed will be turned into blessings that no one can stop. Therefore, declare now with faith, "Though they rise against me, I will not fear, for God is with me." This declaration breaks chains, nullifies all works of the enemy, and opens the way for your restoration. Prepare yourself, because what seemed lost will be restored, and your victory will be the testimony that nothing and no one can stand against someone who has divine grace in their favor. They thought they could decide your life, that they could mark a date and a time for your end. But what they don't know is that your story is not written by envy or malice. It is written by God. And when God says you still have a path to walk, no one can shorten your steps. These people, full of hate, planned your downfall in a big way. They even celebrated in silence what they thought would be your defeat. But they were wrong because you remained standing, overcoming trials and proving that nothing and no one can stand against the power of the divine. Today, you are a topic of conversation among them, not because they respect you, but because they do not understand how you continue to shine after everything they did against you. They talk about you, invent things, exaggerate, and even repeat gossip they know is false, because they cannot bear to see the light within you continue to grow. They watch you closely, wanting to know how you are emotionally and spiritually, hoping to find you weak, broken, and full of anguish. But every time they ask about you, they receive the same answer. You are still moving forward, still shining, still blessed. They want to drag you down to the frequency they live in, poverty of soul, lack of faith, and daily anguish. They wish for your family to be affected, for you to lose what you built with effort, for your smile to fade, and for your spirit to break. They have performed dark rituals, invocations, and witchcraft with the intention of getting you out of the way, of erasing your presence from the places where you were already planted with purpose. But their plans have become their own prison, because everything they launched against you has begun to return to them, multiplied. Today they gather in desperation, wondering how it is possible that nothing has worked. They look at each other and silently acknowledge that they were wrong about you, that they underestimated the strength that accompanies you and the hand of God that sustains you. They have spent money, time, and energy trying to bring you down, and the only thing they have achieved is to unmask themselves before heaven. They thought your end was near, that they had set a departure date for you, but the only thing they did was hasten their own judgment. Meanwhile, you will continue walking, growing, and receiving blessings that will leave them speechless. They will have to keep watching you, even if it burns their hearts, because your brightness does not depend on them. It depends on the divine grace that is upon you. Declare with strength in this moment. The final word is not yours or anyone else's, only God's. That phrase is your shield and your victory. Because while they talk and conspire, God is writing chapters of abundance, peace, and justice for you. And remember, heaven itself will make sure to show everyone that your story does not end in defeat, but in triumph. They thought they had already won, that your life would end whenever they wanted, but God never gave them that power. They set a date and time for your departure, they laughed, they even celebrated. But heaven left them confused because nothing they planned came to pass, with a light that neither they nor anyone can extinguish. That is what hurts them the most, that after everything they threw at you, you are still moving forward. Right now you are a topic of conversation. They get together, talk about you, invent gossip, fill their mouths with lies because they cannot stand to see you grow. But what they do not understand is that every time they talk about you, your name becomes greater, because heaven is using you as a testimony. They thought their attacks would weaken you, that you would be left without strength. But what they did was push you closer to God and your purpose. They want to see you unwell. They want to see you poor, without love, without family, without strength. They want your house to be filled with problems, for you to lose your joy, for your family to be destroyed. They dream of your downfall, but all their wishes are being rejected. They have worked against you with witchcraft, with rituals, with curses, but nothing works for them anymore. They have become so desperate that they have even met to ask each other, "Why can't we see her destroyed?" What is happening is simple. You do not walk alone. God walks with you. Angels surround your house. Your steps are guided. That is what they cannot accept. They do not understand why their attacks bounce off. They do not understand how you are still standing after so many attempts to destroy you. What they call luck, is divine protection. Listen to this. Everything they planned against you is being returned to them. They themselves are reaping what they have sown. Today, they are facing problems with their health, their money, their homes. It is the same energy they launched against you that is now consuming them. And while that happens, you are going to receive new opportunities. Paths that were closed will open. The money you were expecting will come. The calm you need in your family will arrive. What seemed stuck is starting to move. They thought they would see you fall, but they will have to continue watching you shine. They will have to watch as you rise and receive blessings. They will have to endure your smile returning stronger. That is what torments them the most. That nothing and no one can stop what God has already written for you. You have already gone through dark moments. You felt sadness. You felt tired, sleepless nights. There were days when you thought you could not go on. They knew that, and that is why they insisted on attacking you, because they thought you were weak. But they were wrong. Your strength does not come only from you. It comes from God. And when God says rise, there is no witchcraft, no envy, no enemy that can stop you. Everything they said about you, all the gossip, all the criticism no longer has weight, because heaven has already had the final say on your life. And that word is victory. They can meet 1,000 times, they can spend money, they can look for a way to stop you, but nothing will work. The spiritual judgment has already begun, and every tear you shed will be converted into a blessing. What is coming for you is greater than they imagine. I see a time of abundance. I see that what was taken from you will return multiplied. That relationship they tried to break, that project they wanted to destroy, that money they tried to block, everything returns to you. But it does not just return. It returns improved, stronger, more solid, because now it comes under divine protection. That is why I tell you today, do not be afraid. Do not look at what they say about you. Do not listen to their criticism. Their voice has no power over you. The only voice that guides your life is God's. And He has already decreed that you will emerge victorious. Stand firm. Do not let them steal your peace, because what is written for you, no one can erase. They remain obsessed with you because they do not understand your strength. They criticize you, but at the same time, they want to be like you. They hate you, but they do not stop watching you, spying on you, talking about you. That is because your light confronts them, because your life reflects what they can never achieve. And listen carefully. A time is coming when those same people who speak ill of you today will have to be silent. Their own actions will expose them. The truth will come to light, and then everyone will see who is attacking you. You will not have to defend yourself. Heaven will do it for you. Therefore, declare with faith at this moment, the final word is not yours, nor anyone's, only God's. That phrase is your shield, your sword, your protection. Every time you say it, remember that no one can decide for you what only God has already decided. And what God has decided is that this is your time of victory. He has already closed the doors of pain and opened the windows of abundance. He has already ordered that your house be protected, that your children be cared for, that your heart receive peace. He has already ordered that the people who rose against you face the consequences of their actions. You will have to prepare, because what is coming is great. A new beginning is arriving, a new opportunity, an answer you had been waiting for. Everything that seemed stuck is starting to flow. Everything that looked lost is beginning to be restored. And while that happens, those who planned your downfall will only be able to watch because they will have no power to stop it. So lift your head, trust, and declare, I am blessed, I am protected, and my life is in God's hands, because nothing and no one can change what is already written for you. Your story does not end in defeat. Your story ends in victory. This is your final message, and it is no coincidence that it has reached you at this moment. The presence I feel is clear, strong, and full of love. It is about a man who in life had a very special bond with you, a bond that was never broken, even though his body is no longer in this world. He shows me that he departed unexpectedly, without being able to say goodbye, without being able to give you those words he so wanted to leave in your heart. That absence became painful for you because it left a void and unanswered questions. But today, from the beyond, he comes to close that cycle and give you peace. This man loved you in a pure, sincere, and loyal way. The energy may belong to a father, a grandfather, a brother, a partner, or a very close friend. Whoever it is, the truth is that this love did not end with death. He tells you, it did not hurt me to leave. Do not suffer for me anymore, because I am still with you. And although you did not have the opportunity to hug him one last time, he has been with you since the first day of his departure. He observes your every step, feels your every tear, and celebrates your every smile because you are part of his essence. He tells me clearly that he does not want you to carry sadness for him. He rests more peacefully when he sees you smile, when he sees you moving forward and strong as you have always been. He has seen your struggles, your nights of pain, your moments when you thought you were alone. And he wants you to know that was never the case. If you ever felt sudden chills, if the image of a beloved man came to your mind, or if you cried out of nowhere for no apparent reason, it was him touching your spirit to remind you that he is still with you. That is his way of saying, I have not completely gone. I am still protecting you. He also wants to give you very clear and very human advice. He shows concern for your health. He speaks of some pills you are taking that are harming your stomach. He asks you to check with a doctor about what you are taking because he does not want you to get sick. He also shows me your knees and your back. He feels your fatigue. He knows that they have been hurting a lot lately and tells you to rest, not to push yourself too hard, that your body also needs care and love. His message is one of guidance and warning, but also of blessing. He takes care of the little ones in your house, watches over your family, and accompanies you on your paths. He does not want you to be afraid because he will always be near when you need him. He knows that in recent days you asked for a sign, that in your heart you asked for confirmation that you were not imagining his presence. Well, this reading is that answer. It was divine destiny that moved everything for these words to reach you. He wants you to live fully, not to be trapped in sadness or in the memory of pain. He wants you to enjoy, to smile, to continue your life with strength. He wants to see you happy, not sunk in what happened. He says, what I could not tell you in life, I tell you now. I always loved you, and I will always love you. That is the greatest truth of this message. Now receive these words as an embrace of light. Imagine it enveloping you and that energy filling your heart with peace. His soul begins to rest more when you let go of sadness and allow him to go peacefully. He does not want you to carry burdens of guilt, because there was no guilt. What happened was part of destiny, and today heaven reminds you that his love remains eternal. If you are reading this and have felt that this message was for you, if you had asked for a confirmation, if you had dreamed of him, today you have your answer. Write in the comments with faith, I receive you, and I know you are with me. Touch the heart until it turns red. Share this message and keep this moment as a sign that he always walks by your side. I am Star Esoterica, and I am here to guide you, to help you heal the connections of the soul, and to open paths of light where there was once darkness. Remember, love does not die. It transforms. Today you have received proof that this beloved man is still with you. I bless you and embrace you with the certainty that this message is not a coincidence. It is divine destiny. May light and peace always be with you. Repeat. Every time you remember him, do not do so with tears of pain, but with gratitude and love, because in this way his soul rests, and your heart is also strengthened.